Okay, so Texas. It's the biggest hemp market in the U.S., right? And it often kind of shows us where things might be headed for the rest of the country. Well, right now, something pretty significant is happening there, something that's got the whole industry feeling a bit nervous. Let's try and unpack this. We're going to dive into a recent executive order from Governor Greg Abbott. It looks like it could really shake up the Texas hemp scene, especially around THCA hemp flower. And for our insights today, we're leaning on the work of international cannabis lawyer Rod Kight, specifically his legal blog, Kight on Cannabis.
Right. And our goal here is really to help you get a quick but solid grasp on what this order actually does, why it's causing such a fuss, and what it might mean down the line for businesses and consumers, not just in Texas either. This could have ripple effects.
Definitely. So what exactly is in this order? It landed on September 10th, 2025, and it seems to boil down to two main things. First up, age restrictions. The order mandates age gating for hemp products. So businesses will need ways to verify buyers are adults, which honestly seems like a pretty sensible step. A lot of businesses were probably doing this anyway, or at least support the idea.
Yeah, that part isn't really the bombshell. It's seen mostly as, responsible regulation.
Yeah.
The real shockwaves are coming from the second part. That involves new rules for testing hemp products.
Okay.
The governor has directed the Texas Department of State Health Services, DSHS, to change how they test. Basically, instead of just looking at the Delta-9 THC level, labs are now going to have to measure total THC.
Total THC. And that includes?
That includes both the Delta-9 THC and its precursor THCa, tetrahydrocannabinolic acid.
Okay. That sounds technical, but you're saying it's a huge deal. Why? Rod Kite's blog touches on this, right?
Exactly. Kite points out something crucial. Harvested hemp flower naturally has very little Delta-9 THC, usually way below that 0.3% legal limit.
Yeah.
But, and this is the key part, it can have much higher levels of THCA.
Right. And THCA itself isn't psychoactive, but when you heat it, like smoking or vaping,
it converts rapidly into the psychoactive Delta-9 THC.
So if you start testing for total THC, like this EO wants,
then suddenly, most of the THCA flower currently on the market is going to test way over the 0.3% limit. It essentially becomes illegal under this new interpretation.
Wow. So it's not just a little testing tweak. It's fundamentally changing what counts as legal hemp in Texas, specifically targeting that THCA flower market.
Precisely. It's fascinating, really, how adjusting a testing definition can completely flip the legality of a product. And look at the wording the governor used. He directs DSHS to review for possible revisions, but then specifies it's to ensure that tests measure the total Delta-9 THC content by accounting for both Delta-9 THC and the conversion of THCA.
That doesn't sound very possible. It sounds like a clear instruction.
It really does. It strongly signals the intent. This isn't just a suggestion. It's paving the way for what looks like a de facto ban on THCA flower. And think about the impact. Texas businesses are obviously scrambling, but companies nationwide selling into Texas, they could lose their biggest market almost instantly.
Yeah, I can only imagine. People with inventory ready to go, suddenly unsure if it's even legal.
It's causing huge uncertainty. Crippling, really, for some businesses.
So let's clarify for anyone listening, maybe in Texas or selling there. Is THCA flower banned right now?
Well, officially not yet. The EO gives DSHS 10 business days to revise the regulations.
But the writing's on the wall, basically.
The governor's intent seems crystal clear, yes. So possessing or selling THCA flower in Texas right now feels extremely risky.
And Kite's blog even mentions the possibility of this EO being used for raids even before the DSHS rules are final. How likely is that, practically?
It's a concern. While it might seem legally premature before the rules are published, such a strong statement from the governor absolutely creates an immediate chilling effect. Law enforcement could potentially interpret the EO as justification for action now. It definitely raises the stakes.
And what about legal challenges? Can the industry fight this in court?
Oh, they'll almost certainly try. Lawsuits are very likely. But recent history isn't too encouraging. Similar challenges to executive orders in other states haven't had a great track record.
So relying solely on the courts might be a long shot.
It's a risky strategy, for sure. There's no guarantee of quick relief. For businesses, the smarter move right now is probably to brace for impact. Assume the THCA flower market is going to shrink drastically, maybe even disappear in Texas for a while. Look at diversifying products, definitely get compliant with the age gating, and just stay absolutely glued to any updates from DSHS.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you listening? Texas, as we said, is a major bellwether. This whole situation is important beyond its borders. The age restrictions seem like a step towards standardization, maybe even widely accepted. But that move to total THC testing, that's potential earthquake for the THCA flower market. Huge uncertainty, likely major disruption.
Yeah, it really is. And it brings up a broader point, doesn't it? Something maybe to chew on. As we see regulations trying to catch up with new industries, like hemp, think about how scientific terms like the difference between THC and THCA get interpreted, maybe even manipulated, within legal frameworks. What could that mean for innovation and compliance in other fast-moving sectors? Not just cannabis, but maybe biotech, AI, other areas. How definitions are set in law versus science?